Unfortunately, the war continues in Ukraine with forces really focused on Kiev right now. President Zelensky fears that he is the number one target in Ukraine now, and as a result, his family is number two target, and he believes that within the next 24 hours, he might not be alive anymore. We have seen a lot of developments of very brave Ukrainian resistance, and I'm going to give you a sort of catch up of what's happened over the last 12 hours right now, and then we'll look at news going forward. So, first, it's worth noting that Germany's finance minister has just said that the country is open to the idea of cutting Russia off of the SWIFT banking system. Now, some folks in Russia have said that's okay, we're already prepared for this. However, remember, one of the big pieces missing from Biden's sanctions yesterday was the fact that Russia was not cut off of the SWIFT banking system.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Sam from New Marketing New here, and I heard that MeetKevin is looking for some new blood, some new guys to deal with his social media and stuff like that. So right now I'm making I think an Instagram video, a TikTok, and maybe a YouTube video for MeetKevin too, and or his team, so they could see. Now, whether it gets used for MeetKevin socials, it doesn't really matter, but I'll give you guys a little insight of how we make social content too. So first, we're doing the Instagram video, and basically that's for the latest video that I just dropped, or one of the latest videos. This is for the 25th of February 2022, which was yesterday. So we're doing that, and we're going to use the thumbnail from the video, but we'll repurpose the thumbnail too. So I'll show you what that means. Basically, we're going to put it in 1:1 or 1080 by 1080 pixels. So because usually your Instagram posts, like if you see, just go on someone's Instagram right now, if you see like Instagram posts, they usually look like squares like this, or they could be reels and stories like this. So this is this right here is called 1080 by 920, and the squares is called 1080 by 1080. So we're going to make this video for him, and then this type of video for TikTok too. So I hope I didn't talk people's heads off, or I wasn't too long-winded on that, but let's get into it. So firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to remove the background here, because we want to see what we can play with when it comes to it, like his face here, which shows, you know, he's trying to connect it with ugly endgame, and he's like acting shocked and surprised, which obviously everyone is, so it's what's happening. So I'll go on select and media cut, and right here you would see that the magic cut did a pretty good job. I cut the top of his head. So what I usually like to do, I don't know if I can do this now. Oh, okay, I won't do that. Is I'm going to zoom in on the picture and select the green right here. And what this usually does, it tells the magic cut places that it still needs to fit in, because it may have missed or got wrong. So over here you'll see that is now filled in, and if we zoom out, we'll see that everything's pretty much done apart from these places right here. So we'll go on this red thing. I don't know what it's actually called, honestly. I used to use Photoshop, but this is a better version in my opinion, like for what I do anyway. So I'm going to use the red version to just cancel out certain things. Now I might not be using it correctly, I don't think I am, but this is what works for me and what we do. So if I use the red, then you'll see that it pretty much cancelled everything out apart from these green bits here, which we can just go in and manually correct that ourselves. So we've got this image right here. What I usually like to do from this point is I like to use an eraser, and I like to make the depending, I can make it hard. So hard basically means that you can actually see a very sharp cut. If you look here, right, you can see like it's very sharp. I like to use hard, but sometimes I like to use a softener, so like it's not hard. As you can see, if I zoom in, you know, it gives this like airy feel to everything. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a blend of both actually. I'm gonna use some hard first, and then just put down the eraser size, the eraser size. I don't even know if I'm saying this right. Eraser. So that's what I'm gonna do, just to cut off the blue. Although you're not gonna see it that much, because there's a like a blue light residue from the background. Over here, I'll cut right here next to the head, but I'll try and make sure I don't erase. Oh, eraser, yeah. I'm still thinking about it. I'll make sure I don't cut too much from his head, so his head is not like weirdly shaped or anything. Now there might be easier ways or better ways to do this, but this is just the way I do it. Now what we want to do, we want to move this to the next window of the 1:1 or the 1080 by 1080. So we move it over here. Now what I'll usually do for this is I'll make it quite like small. Now the reason why I don't use any measurements, I can actually use like a grid to show everything, so to show like where the correct placement will be. But because I've been doing this for so long, I nearly know just by looking at it whereabouts it would be, and it'll be of course at the top or the bottom here. Like that's where you can put in information like text and videos or whatever. Your main video will usually go around here, center screen. So I'm gonna put MeetKevin right here, maybe to the right. Now he's talking about the Russian-Ukraine crisis. So a good thing that I can do for inspiration is just like just go on Google and see what the Russia-Ukraine crisis is about. Go on the news, probably look at a certain image or something. This is it. You know, sometimes I don't like doing this because it's lazy, but I might do it for this video. We might have to create our own stuff. But sometimes you can just take something this perfect. A lot of these are actually perfect if you think about it. So I could take this image right here. So what I'll do, if I move this over here and then I place it back in. Okay. And then I put MeetKevin on top. Okay. Okay, now I don't know where to position him, to be honest with you. Okay, I think that's a fine place to position him. Now what I'll do is I want to make everything pop, so I'll usually go into the adjustments and do a curve, and I'll do a simple S curve. Now this usually helps with bringing like some of course some regular, in this case, like brightness or darkness into the like general contrast. Now a simple thing to do if you don't know about S curves is you can do a simple S curve, which and it can go either way, but you can put like, let's say, the brightness up, and then you can bring some darkness over here, so it kind of looks like an S, if you see. Now this usually, like giving someone a little contrast, you gotta be careful, and of course you have to read like the graph and stuff, but I'm not going to go full crazy on this, but I like going by eye as well. Like I want to make him pop, but I don't want to make him pop too much, you know, compared to everything. I think that'll be okay actually. And then I'll just make him a little bit sharper, and then over here I'll do the same thing for the background too. Now I might change the background because sometimes I'm indecisive on everything. But oh, that can pop. That could pop. And then I'll put some text over it. And I think I'll write on the text end game. And you can't see that text because it's in black and it's too small. And I don't like the positioning of it. I think I'll do one after another. So I'll do big end like that if I can. But I need to change the color because you can't even see anything with that. And it's still like it's conflicting. Like the white doesn't really sit well with everything that's happening. I might need a more powerful picture now that I think about it. But I'm just trying to get a rough idea on what really I could do. And game. Okay. I'm not too sure yet. But in the meantime, let's see if I can add a drop shadow behind what the letters to make it like pop more, put the distance, spread it out a bit with some more size around some letters. And I'll copy the same exact thing. I should have started on end, but now if you see, like, it seems to be popping out a little bit more. I might keep this, but I'll see, because there might be better ones. This might be too distracting because I want something that's like kind of simple at the same time. I hope someone has made like a newspaper. I hope a newspaper has made. Okay, this looks crazy. I hope a newspaper has made like, I don't even know, Putin versus Ukraine president poster. I don't know. I just want to see what. Okay, it might not work, to be honest. It might not even be there, like the thing that I'm looking for. And this might be a little too simple. But I guess people know what I'm talking, well, what's happening when they see this. I think it's okay. I'm not going to be too hard on myself in this one. So I'm going to save it as a JPEG. It doesn't really matter, I guess. I could save it as a PNG. Basically, if people don't know, usually with the PNG, like if I had if this white part was transparent, if I made the background transparent or something like that, and I saved it on a PNG, you'll see this, and this would be actually transparent. But on a JPEG, I don't know if this is actually true or not. I'm not like a photo expert or a digital expert at all. Okay, but on a JPEG it just comes out with a white background, but it doesn't really matter because I'm going to chop it. I'm going to chop this bit up, or crop this out when we put it into DaVinci Resolve. So I'll put this as MeetKevin, and I'll put in front of it, I'll put Insta in brackets. Right now this video is showing in 1920 by 1080, which is like the standard for like HD. I don't think it was in 4K, but this is how it usually looks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the project settings to 1080 by 1080, so it looks like that. Now remember, this is what we were creating. We were creating this with this top bit. All I'm going to do is I'm going to move this down a little bit like this. Okay, yeah, I think so. Yeah, and then I'm going to add some new tracks so I can add like some more images, because there's only like one video track and then one audio. Yeah, I don't really care about the audio tracks right now. I'm not putting anything else. The video has an audio track, so, but I'm not putting any more audio track underneath the original audio. I don't think, anyway. I could be wrong. No, I might. Actually, I might. Anyway, I'm going to add some more video tracks. So I added 3. One of them is for the image that you saw there at the top. So all I do is I'll crop it from the bottom going up, and Oh, this doesn't give me enough room. I probably I probably got too big-headed, and I was like, yeah, I know, I can see everything by example. But let's just leave it like that. I think it's whatever. That could work. This is just a very quick one, I guess. So I only want to cut about a minute or under. So I liked what he said in the beginning, but I'll just play it back again.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Welcome. Unfortunately, the war continues in Ukraine with.
Actually, I want to start it from the war continues, I think.
Unfortunately, unfortunately, welcome. Unfortunately, unfortunately,
He didn't say "un," did he? Or am I going crazy?
unfortunately, the war continues in Ukraine with forces really focused on Kiev right now. President Zelensky fears that he is the number one target in Ukraine now, and as a result, his family Russia was not cut off of the SWIFT banking system, potentially because Germany and Italy was the fact that Russia was not cut off of the SWIFT banking system. Fact that Russia was not cut off of the SWIFT banking system.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut it right there. Because I want it to be under 1 minute, and I could have rearranged it, but I just want to make this really quick. Now for the bottom, I'll do a white background for the bottom, I guess. Oh, you know what? I could actually use... No, I'll just use a white background, to be honest. I'll just use a plain white background. This is something that I have stashed up. And it goes right there. And I'll stretch it out. Okay, I'll stretch it out. I'll move it here to the bottom. Okay, let's see what he MeetKevin. So I might have to add some more videos there. Maybe. Yeah, I might have to add some more videos there. Okay. Okay, what the hell did I do? I think I didn't move. I made it overtake. Okay. So what I'm gonna do from here to this white thing, like, you know, I moved these up because I wanted to add more video footage. So when he was talking, he said,
Unfortunately, the war continues in Ukraine with forces really focused on Kiev right now.
okay, yeah. So what he said still holds true. I don't think that the points have changed. So I'll type Kiev. Wow. Okay, so I think I want to use. I want to see if I can use this. I'm just trying to find some footage in Ukraine. I'll just go on YouTube. Okay, this looks like good footage to use. I saw the planes and it looks like they're firing missiles or whatever they call jet. And so when MeetKevin talks and he says, with forces really focused on Kiev, and I want to show the intensity of it, I guess. Okay, so boom. And we want to use various different articles too. We don't want to make it the same all the way throughout, because it will seem kind of lazy. If I get like a lot of material to play with, then I won't need to keep searching back and forth through the internet like, oh, have I got the content, have I not, have I got the content, have I not. What I'm gonna do now, there's one thing, because I think, you know, I could add effects and stuff like that. Let's see if we could. Let's see, I could probably add some effects. I got my favorite effect, one of my favorite, which is like a push. So let's see. Would the push work? Maybe we don't even need too many pushes, to be quite honest. Let's see. Now the cherry on top is probably adding text, and this is for people that, you know, need or find it easier to read, or they have their hearing impaired or something. So we're gonna put some text on the white right here. Now whatever text you use is completely up to you. I like something that's plain and just something that's just regular, and something that's just easy to read. And obviously I just like to keep it white and black border, white writing. So going through, oh, it goes like this. So it'll go, unfortunately the war continues. Now that's too big, I think. I'm gonna put the writing down to size about there, and then that'll give us room to fit in more words, because we can't just leave like 3 words. So in Ukraine with forces So there he had a little breath, so he went really focused on Kiev right now. And then I can actually just start a new cut right there. I could cut it right there and start the new line. So, and then I say President I don't know how to spell his name, so I'll need to go back and Google to check, etc. Now there's a faster way to do this that we do. We actually use a website. This is just a 50-second video, so I can actually just write it out. I don't mind, but the website it translates the voice to text, and like, so it'll caption it or subtitle it, and you can even download the TXT, I think SRT file, so the actual file that has the words in it too. and also you can correct it as you go along and move the time. I can't remember what the website is called, but we use various ones, but there's one we use pretty reliably that's really good. So I'll show you, I think I'll show you as I come further towards the end. Okay, so I'm finally finishing this up. I had to do it really quickly. I don't know if I got a speed run done or something like that, but here it goes.
Unfortunately, the war continues in Ukraine with forces really focused on Kiev right now. President Zelensky fears that he is the #1 target in Ukraine now, and as a result, his family is #2 target, and he believes that within the next 24 hours, he might not be alive anymore. We have seen a lot of developments of very brave Ukrainian resistance, and I'm going to give you a sort of catch-up of what's happened over the last 12 hours right now, and then we'll look at news going forward. So first, it's worth noting that Germany's finance...
Is that how you spell noting? There's something, you know what's crazy? There's some things that, even if it's simple, I'll be like, that's not how it is. That's not how you write it. And then it turns out it is. I didn't do well at English at school, so.
has just said that the country is open to the idea of cutting Russia off of the SWIFT banking system. Now, some folks in Russia have said that's okay.
Okay, let's see.
First, it's worth noting that Germany's finance minister has just said that the country is open to the idea of cutting Russia off of the SWIFT banking system. Now, some folks in Russia have said that's okay. We're already prepared for this. However,
actually, I can't put that in quotation marks. I was gonna put something in quotation marks, but we don't know if they actually said that. Right? Because you only put in quotation marks if you know the person said it.
Russia have said that's okay. We're already prepared for this. However, Russia was not cut off of the SWIFT banking system.
Okay, I think that's it really. So we're gonna save that, then that's done. Now I like to put it in MP4, and I'll just save this as, I don't know, Meet Kevin End Game Mastered. I usually would do that when I'm like mastering, because I used to make some master songs and stuff, so I'd put this is the mastered version or whatever, but that's code for it's done, so it'll be done in like 4 minutes. But that's it. That's basically how I do it. Of course this one is, you know, kind of cheating in a way, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's done, and then I'm going to do the TikTok version. So I might not record that because I think this video is kind of long enough. There are some processes that are quicker and stuff, but I just chose to show it this way. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next ones. Alright, thanks, bye.